Hello, America. Abigail Adams, America's first Second Lady and second First Lady here. As America nears another presidential election, there is a role that is important to highlight in the discussion, that of Vice President. My husband, John Adams, was America's first Vice President, helping to establish the many precedents for future Vice Presidents. The constitutional role of Vice President is vague, except for one, President of the United States Senate. What does this mean? My husband John felt that he was to be a part of the Senate, helping debate and even give input to legislation. The senators felt very differently, relegating John to a spectator, which is the role that remains to this day. Most days, vice presidents are not even in attendance while Senate is in session. But one duty of President of Senate remains, tiebreaker. With the constitutional requirement of 2 senators per state, there of course will always be an even amount of senators. When my husband John was vice president, those 26 senators were evenly split between Federalist and Anti Federalist, America's first factions, later becoming known as political parties. This was a conflict between those that supported a strong central government and those favoring strong state power and limited central government. Because of the even split, ties were common. John and President George Washington were among the Federalists. All votes by John were done on matters of legislation, most importantly, debt resumption and presidential authority to remove cabinet members. My husband, John, cast 29 deciding votes in his 8 years as vice president, third only to Kamala Harris at 33 and John C. Calhoun at 31. Although the tie breaking today is most often used for bureaucratic and judiciary appointments, it is still important when the Senate is polarized. Although labeled by John as the most insignificant office ever devised, the Vice President of the United States does play a role beyond being second in line for the presidency.